my face orange, no. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. So I'm giving you a very strong fall vibes today with my graphic liner. This is supposed to be a little maple leaf. Is it reading? Also, I'm wearing my favorite Aloha Linda earrings. I feel like I'm always wearing these in my videos. And look at me, I'm wearing a sweater, giving you strong holiday fall vibes, but that's not what this video is about. You did not click on this video to listen to me explain my earring choices and talk about fall vibes, even though fall vibes are an underlying theme in all of my fall videos. No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have an interest in the makeup that I am decluttering. In the past, I have done a couple of full Organize With Me makeup decluttering series on my channel where I went through category by category, went through all my blushes, all my bronzers, all my highlights, yada yada yada. You guys know the makeup categories, but this time around I just want to talk to you about some makeup items that I'm decluttering because I don't think I have enough to do it category by category. I'm not a huge beauty YouTuber that has millions of followers and gets PR and stuff, so all of the makeup I have is makeup that I bought myself for the most part, so I don't declutter makeup easily. I feel like I used to do more decluttering videos and do more decluttering just because I felt like that was something popular on YouTube and I wanted to be a part of it. You know, I personally love watching decluttering videos, but I feel like I've gotten to the place now where I'm like, okay, that might not be fully my vibe, you know? I might not be somebody who can do like 3 full decluttering series a year because I also try to think really long and hard about the decisions I'm making when I'm purchasing makeup because, as I always say, I'm not a rich woman. I can't just be purchasing makeup left and right. Although sometimes I certainly act like it, at me who just purchased 2 eyeshadow palettes this week. But it's okay. It's from indie brands and they were on sale, so it's all good. But I do have quite a bit of makeup here that I'm going to be decluttering today, and I want to tell you why I'm decluttering it. So if that sounds like a topic that is interesting to you and you want to see me declutter some makeup from my collection, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching, so it's coming at you right now. Okay, so we're gonna go through the makeup I'm decluttering today by categories. I think I'm just gonna split it up into eyes, lips, face, because I feel like that'll best describe the products I'm going through. So let's start with the eyes. And the first eye product that I'm gonna be decluttering that I really wanted to work for me, you guys. It's the e.l.f. Bite Size Eyeshadow Palette. And the shade I have is Berry Bad. So over the summer, I did a series on my channel where I did the best and worst of different brands, and one of those brands was e.l.f. Cosmetics. So I've tried a ton from e.l.f. I've been impressed by a lot of what I've tried, and some things I haven't been as impressed by, but I picked up this palette for that video specifically because I saw how wildly popular these were, and I felt like everybody across the board had a really good experience with these, so I felt pretty confident in buying it. Lucky for me, this was only $3, so it wasn't a huge waste of money, but it was still a waste of money. I don't like these, you guys. Am I doing something wrong? These just didn't work for me. The mattes were okay at best. They weren't super pigmented. This shade looks like a nice deep burgundy shade, but it's not. I mean, I just feel like on the eyes it wasn't as deep as I wanted it to be. And let me compare it to a burgundy that I love so that you can see what I look for in a good burgundy. Okay, so this is the Zodiac Cosmetics Virgo palette. This burgundy shade is like my go-to burgundy. It's so beautiful. And I'm gonna swatch it next to the e.l.f. shade here. Oh, yes, see, this is what I'm looking for in a burgundy. You look at them next to each other and it's so like, blech. And maybe this shade isn't trying to be a burgundy. Maybe it's trying to be more of like a terracotta-ish berry, but it's kind of a bland shade that I don't ever really reach for. It doesn't blend super great either. It's not the worst shade I've ever used for blending, but it's certainly not the best. The other matte is like, might as well just not be in there. I don't know. I just feel like that does nothing for me in an eyeshadow palette. And okay, so sometimes I can overlook a palette if it has bad mattes, if it has really good shimmers, you know? I feel that way about Colourpop a lot. I don't always love their mattes, but their shimmers are so beautiful. But these e.l.f. shimmers are super lackluster. Like, one, they look the same on the eye. Of course they're looking reflective on camera, but they're just not what I look for in a shimmer. Like, I don't know, they just don't have enough dimension to them. I created very boring eye looks with this, and I really tried to make this work for me. This was just a very palette for me. If you have any other colors that you feel like are better in this e.l.f. bite-size eyeshadow formula, please recommend them to me, because I mean, this was $3. I'll take a chance again. Maybe I got a bad one, I don't know. I know berries can be kind of hard to formulate, so if you have any of the other ones that were good for you, definitely let me know. But this e.l.f. bite-size eyeshadow palette in the shades Very Bad is going to be decluttered from my collection. Goodbye. Alrighty, while we're on the eyes, let's talk about another e.l.f. eye product that I am unfortunately gonna be decluttering. And here's the deal, e.l.f. is so affordable that I'm never really all that mad when something doesn't work out for me, you know, because sometimes the quality matches the price. And sometimes with e.l.f. the quality far exceeds the price. Oh my gosh, I have some e.l.f. products that like could be mistaken for high-end products, but unfortunately this e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil was not one of those products. You can see there's yellow on the top. That's because I used the spoolie to give myself some yellow mascara. Ignore that. That's not part of this. And the other thing with this pencil is that I know it works really well for some people. Like my mom actually uses this e.l.f. pencil. I suggested this to her and she really likes it. It just doesn't work for my brow needs because the tip is very thick and round and it's super emollient, which is great for like filling in your brows really quickly. And if you're somebody who just likes to pop a little bit of color in your brows. But for me, I like to draw little fake brow hairs and this is just too thick and emollient for that. I always talk about my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. This is my favorite brow pencil of all time because it's the perfect mix between waxy and emollient. It's waxy enough that I can draw little brow hairs, but emollient enough that it's easy for me to go in and quickly fill in the body of the brow. I can show you the difference in tips so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, so hopefully you can see the Brow Stylist Definer just has a much thinner tip than the e.l.f. one. I mean, I can show you on the back of my hand here. So these are the little brow hair strokes that I was able to make with the Brow Stylist Definer. And with the e.l.f. pencil, I'm not able to get them to be that thin. You can see they're pretty thick here. And look at how emollient it is. Like wonderfully emollient. And I also have to say the shade this is in is like a beautiful shade. I find it difficult to find the perfect dark brown shade that doesn't pull too warm on me. And this shade, Deep Brown, is a beautiful shade. I also really like the shade Dark Brunette in the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. But if you're someone who also struggles to look for a dark brown that's more on the neutral to cool tone side like me, and you don't need a pencil that's more waxy like the L'Oreal one, then I absolutely recommend this one. It just didn't fit my particular brow needs, so for me, it's getting decluttered. Alright, even more eye stuff. I just realized this is gonna be a pretty eye-heavy declutter. So let's talk about these Wet n Wild Megaliners. Yes, that's what they're called, Wet n Wild Megaliners. I bought these a couple of years ago, which first of all, these are definitely expired, but I don't dislike them because they're expired. I dislike them for other reasons, and I appreciate these guys for getting me into colorful eyeliners. They definitely opened a lot of doors for me, you know, and for that I'm forever grateful, but the formula of these is just not good. So they're really pretty colors, and this one really breaks my heart because this Voltage Blue color is like, oh, it's so pretty. But the thing about this formula is that it's very crackly, so if you try to layer it more than once, it's just gonna flake off on your eyes. I know, it's very disappointing. I wish it would have worked better, but it's just very disappointing because it will flake off on your eyes throughout the day, even if you don't touch it at all. Like I just found that I would have it on and I would catch myself in the mirror throughout the day and part of my wing would just be like crumbling off, so that was a bummer. The purple shade is disappointing in both the formula and the color for me. I bought the blue shade first and I went back to get the purple shade before I had a problem with the formula, or before I cared, I guess, because that's the thing with makeup. Sometimes you don't care when you're first getting into certain products, and then as you discover better products, you're like, oh wait, that's actually a deal breaker for me. But this purple shade I didn't like just because of the shade and formula, because it's not as opaque as the Voltage Blue. It's like kind of a sheer formula, which like, why would you want a sheer eyeliner? You know, that's a deal breaker for me. It doesn't work, it's not good. I have better eyeliners now. As I'm always saying, I'm a water activated liner girl. I love water activated liners because you can layer them up, and sometimes if you need to go fix a mistake, you can just use water rather than adding more product. I'm able to use a paintbrush tip with them, so I don't have to deal with this felt tip liner, because I don't like felt tip liners anyways, just because with hooded eyes it's very difficult to get over that crease with them. I can't be as precise. I get much sharper lines when I use my water activated highlighted liners and my paintbrush tip brushes than I do with the felt tip brush that comes in here. And I'm just gonna have to declutter these Wet n Wild Megaliners. Okay, a couple more eye products and then we can move on to the other categories. So this product is not from the drugstore. I know I've been giving the drugstore a hard time so far. I promise I am moving on to some more high-end products that you can save your money on. So this is the Glamnetic Liquid Magic Eyeliner. I mentioned this product in my video, products that I changed my mind about, and I really did change my mind about this because I was really impressed by the magnetic element of this magnetic eyeliner, and I have the Glamnetic lashes too. I'm not decluttering those yet because I want to do an experiment where I try the Kiss magnetic liner and see if they work together, because that could be a good like dupe, so that's why I haven't gotten rid of those yet. But this Glamnetic magnetic eyeliner is just way too difficult to work with. One, it kind of stinks. It smells like baby powder, which is not a deal breaker for everybody, but for me, I'm sorry, I know that looked really dramatic and it was really dramatic, but I really don't like the smell that much. It smells so bad. But the main deal breaker for me, aside from the smell, is how difficult this is to get off. It's so thick, and you know, you get it. You're like, it's magnetic. Of course, it has to be thick. It has to hold the magnets, but it's so difficult to get off. Even with my oil cleanser, it just takes so many washes to get it off, and especially with it being on my eyes, I have to rub a lot, which, if you don't know, your eyes have the most thin layer of skin on them. So when you're taking your makeup off, you want to be really gentle around your eyes, you know, because you don't want to cause premature wrinkles or anything, or exacerbate wrinkles you may already have. So the fact that I had to rub so hard to get this off is just enough to make me not want to use it anymore. It was such a hassle. It would get stuck in my eyelashes. I was losing eyelashes trying to take this off. I just don't like this formula, and I know they've come out with a felt tip liner formula, so I would be maybe interested to try that to see if it's a little thinner and if it's easier to get off. Really, I feel like they should make their own remover for this, because clearly it doesn't work with my oil cleanser, which my oil cleanser can usually get anything off. Okay, this is my Softimo Speedy Cleansing Oil. I swear by this oil cleanser. I've bought like 4 bottles of it at this point. It is so good. I never have a problem with this taking my makeup off. But with this dang old liner, look at this. Nothing is happening. Oh my gosh. Look, I'll even show you. I'm not faking it here. I'm rubbing super hard. And you can see it's moving some black around on my hand, and I'll even take a piece of paper here. Like, you can see I'm not faking this, right? You can see I'm really out. That was too hard. I gotta relax. It took some off, but come on. It's such a hassle, you guys. I really can't deal with it. I'm gonna keep pursuing better options for magnetic eyeliner because I love the concept of this. I think it's such a good idea, but this Glamnetic Magic Liquid Eyeliner is not it, and therefore is being decluttered from my collection. Okay, last eye product that's getting decluttered from my collection. This one's pretty easy for me. It's my Colourpop Super Shock Shadow, and it's in the shade I Like You. I love this shade. I don't like this shade. I love this shade. I love you. But these Colourpop Super Shock Shadows do dry out kind of quickly, which is my only problem with them. It was a really beautiful color, but it crumbled so easily. I actually dropped it with the cap on, and it still crumbled. I have had this for over a year, which for eyeshadow doesn't feel like that long. Eyeshadow is supposed to be able to last multiple years, but I guess for the Super Shock Shadow, it doesn't. There must be some moisturizing ingredient in it that makes it dry out quicker. I don't know, but I love the Super Shock formula. I love that Colourpop's been incorporating the Super Shock formula more into their palettes because I feel like it preserves better in there. I don't know, maybe that's not true, but I've had this Kathleen Lights eyeshadow palette, the So Jaded palette, for over a year now, and the Super Shock in here is still like so moist and beautiful. I actually have it on my eyes today. Oh, it's so pretty and sparkly, but that one didn't dry out on me at all, so I don't know, maybe they just need to keep putting them in the palettes because I feel like that works a lot better. But this Super Shock Shadow I am going to be decluttering because it's broken and it's dry and I don't need it anymore. Alright, moving right along, let's talk about some face products. I got some more stuff from Colourpop. I can't believe it has taken me so long to declutter this product from Colourpop. It is their blush stick in the shade Aloha. If you're not new to my channel, you've probably heard me talk about a million times how I love this formula and I love this color when I first put it on, but my issue with this color is look at how beautiful. Look at what a beautiful, neutral, peachy, pinky, phenomenal. But when I wear this, after like 2 hours, it will oxidize orange on my face. And it has caused me to, at a point, say that I didn't like neutral blushes, which really is not true. I just don't like neutral blushes that pull orange on me. And I find that a lot of them do that. This one especially did that. I mean, this one's frustrating because you put it on and it's so pretty and it looks great, and then you catch yourself in the mirror in the bathroom 2 hours later and you're like, why is my face orange? No! So for that reason, I am gonna be decluttering this Colourpop Aloha blush. I would definitely be interested in trying another color of this that maybe is less neutral. Maybe if I go with a more vibrant pink color, it won't oxidize on me. I am willing to take a chance on another one because I think these are only like $8, but the shade Aloha turns orange on me and it just can't stay in my collection. You can't do it. You gotta go. I'm sorry. Another blush from Colourpop that I'm gonna be decluttering that I held on to for way too long is the blush from the MakeupShayla Under Construction collection, and the shade is Construct. This blush introduced me to neutral blushes, and I actually really love the tone of this. It's a really beautiful color of blush. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of like the color of my sweater almost. Oh, how fun. And the reason I'm decluttering this is not because of the color, it is because of the formula. I don't like Colourpop's powder formula that much. I find it very, very pigmented, like to a fault, to the point where even when I tap off my brush and rub it on the back of my hand, it still goes on too pigmented, and I wouldn't mind if it weren't so difficult to blend out. And I do find that these are difficult to blend out. Also, they did that weird thing where they put chunks of glitter in the blush. Literally, why, Colourpop? I don't understand why they just put random shimmer in a blush, but it's not a shimmery blush. Like, it's just random flecks of glitter that sometimes show up on your cheeks, and it just looks weird. I feel like this is like the sequin shade of blushes. I also don't like their sequin shades. I'm like, just be a matte or just be a shimmer. Don't be both. You know, you can't be both. You gotta pick one. And I just have too many issues with this blush. If they ever formulated this into a cream, I would be very interested, or if they ever did it as a shimmery blush or a matte blush, or if they reformulated their powder formula. Honestly, I'm gonna require a lot of changes in order to make me like this blush, but for now, the MakeupShayla Under Construction Construct blush is getting decluttered from my collection. Okay, and this is the last face product that I'm gonna be decluttering, and it is the Revlon Candid Photo Ready Setting Powder. I really liked this when I first got it. I liked it so much. I thought it blurred my pores. I thought it looked beautiful. An issue I have with this Revlon Candid Setting Powder as a whole is that they only have 2 shades. I have the darker one, which is ridiculous because it's the color of this lid. It's like, I'm sorry, you're not gonna be able to see it great, but it's like a peachy, pinky color like this. It's too dark on me now. I know there's a lot of moving pieces here because I don't think they have a good shade range for their powders. However, this shade is too dark for me. When I first got it, it wasn't. I bought this before I was stuck inside for 8 months, so my skin has not gotten as much sun as it normally does, and this pulls too dark on me. But I mean, it's not the greatest powder in the world. I don't think it was all that exceptional. I'm still looking for a good drugstore powder. If you have any recommendations, I would love to hear it. Keep in mind, I'm incredibly pale, so anything that is this or darker is too dark on me. I don't want this powder anymore, and I am going to be decluttering it. All right, moving on to the last category, which is lips. Sorry, that was weird. So I have a couple of lip products here that I'm gonna be decluttering. I'm sorry there's so much Colourpop in this video, you guys. But you know what? That kind of makes sense because Colourpop pumps out products so quickly that some of them are bound to be duds, you know? That's just, it's bound to happen. Also, very sorry to MakeupShayla. This is another one of her products. And this is another one that I think Shayla did such a good job creating the colors of. I love the color of this liquid lipstick. Look at that. Look at what a beautiful tone. It kind of matches the blush. That's why I got them together, but one, it's definitely expired. It does not smell good anymore at all. Oh no. But also just the formula of Colourpop's liquid lipsticks is not for me. At a point in time, you know, I've been off of their matte liquid lipsticks for like years at this point. Their ultra mattes will like suck the absolute life out of your lips. But I thought that their satin liquid lipstick was better, you know? It's not as drying, but that's the thing. It's not as drying, but the amount of drying that the ultra matte lips were was was like obscene. So this one's less drying, but still way too drying. It's a really thick formula. It's one of those ones that breaks up on like the center of your lips and just looks bad and feels gross, you know? It's not a lipstick that fades nicely throughout the day at all. I'm actually wearing one of Colourpop's Velvet Luxe lips right now, and this is my favorite matte formula they have. It is so, so nice. Fades beautifully throughout the day. I just think they should only do these, or somehow maybe figure out a way to do a velvet liquid lip. Wait, they do that. That's a new product they came out with. Maybe I need to try that and see if it's better. But I know that they still make the Ultra Satin lips. I don't know. I'm just kind of confused why they continue to make formulas that people don't like. But you know what? I don't like them. Maybe somebody else likes them. That goes for everything I've talked about today. But their Ultra Satin lip formula for me is just to know this color is beautiful. I will continue seeking this color in a better formula. But for now, it's getting decluttered. And another lipstick I'm decluttering from Colourpop is this one. This is their matte Luxe lip formula. The color is so pretty. The color is Trapeze. It's like a beautiful orangey red. Look at that. Do I want to declutter this? Oh no. Yes, I do, because the formula is not my favorite. It's more drying than the Velvet lip. I love the Velvet formula. I'm gonna see if they have this color in the Velvet formula because it is really pretty. Also, I just find that with reds, I like to wear a liquid red lipstick, and the Colored Rain liquid lipstick formula is phenomenal. It is so good, and these colors are basically the same. I'm doing this just to remind myself that it's okay that I get rid of that Colourpop one because I have this beautiful Colored Rain shade, and the formula is so much nicer. I don't know, I just feel like with a red lipstick, I kind of want the wand to like apply it really nicely and evenly, and this matte Luxe lipstick formula is just not my favorite. It's not as drying as their liquid matte lipsticks, but you know, it's not as good as the Velvet, and once you go Velvet, it's hard to go back to matte, you know, because Velvet is just the supreme. It is so good, and I have this exact color in a better formula, so I do not need to keep this. I'm sorry, I'm decluttering you. It's okay. Lipsticks don't have feelings, do they? We can't verify. No, they don't. It's okay. Okay, let's talk about another red lipstick I'm decluttering. This is from Glossier. This is so old. Oh my gosh, I know this is expired, but I used this probably like 2 times the entire time I had it. It is one of their Generation G lipsticks. It's in the shade Zip. This is like a sheer red color that I was attracted to because I like the idea of a sheer lipstick, but this is so dry. Oh my gosh, it was like painful to apply to your lips. One, you couldn't get an even application. It would like only stick to the outsides of my lips. I would have to go with my finger and try to smudge it around, but after like 10 minutes of wear, I would be like, you know that episode of SpongeBob where he gets all dried out and he's like, that's what I would be like when I wore this Gen G lipstick. It's just too drying. I like the idea of a sheer lipstick, but this is not it for me. The color is just okay. I mean, I'm looking at it next to these beautiful reds and I'm like, really, Zip? Okay, try again. This Glossier Gen Z lipstick is not a good sheer lipstick, and you can definitely get a better sheer lipstick for less money. I mean, to be honest, you can just take a regular lipstick and blot it and then it's sheer. I'd prefer a lip tint to a sheer lipstick. Yes, those are my thoughts on the matter, and I won't speak any further about it. Get out of here. All right, and with that, we have reached the end of the video. That is everything I am decluttering today. I know it wasn't a whole lot, but they are just things that are taking up space in my collection. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I have ordered quite a bit of stuff through the various Black Friday sales from indie brands and other brands. So I need to make a little bit of space on this makeup desk. This makeup desk is a little worse for wear at the moment, so let's just bring you back over here. We won't look over there anymore. But my makeup desk is a mess right now, and it is because I have a lot of makeup that I don't use that is just taking up space. So hopefully today will help me to clear some more space on my makeup desk and make room for new products, and isn't that great and fun? So I thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And they're always really cute and sweet and fun and fresh. Please let me know what you've decluttered from your collection lately. Did I declutter something that you love? Am I just using it wrong? What am I doing wrong with those e.l.f. bite-sized shadows, you guys? I really don't know what I'm doing wrong. Everybody seems to like them. Maybe I just need to try another color. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna be decluttering all these products. And I should have said in the beginning, but all of the products that I'm decluttering today, aside from that e.l.f. eyeshadow palette, are expired, so please don't ask me to send them to you because that is gross. And I also just, you know, you don't want to use makeup that I've been touching, and especially with everything going on in the world right now, it's just not sanitary to share makeup in that way. I'm definitely going to offer that eyeshadow palette to my mom because I think she might get some good use out of it because she likes more muted colors. But I thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out my description box for everything I talked about today and everything I'm wearing on my face, as well as a ton of Black Lives Matter resources. I will have petitions to sign, places to donate, and ways to help protesters. So please check out those links if you have the time. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!